Hey. Welcome back. We're just checking in with a miniature but important episode on an important discovery, which you may find familiar, but it'll seem like a new thing after you hear this description of it. So I call these the Universal Men's Grooming Device, or UMGD for short, or it could even be the Universal Men's Grooming and Wealth Creation Device, because it is so powerful in its effect on your financial life, if you really think about it. So I bought this particular one about 20 years ago when I first came to this country. Since then, it's cut my hair at least 200, maybe 300 times, and it's cut my son's hair every time since he was born, which is probably another 100 times. When you do the math on this, it's something like $10,000 of haircuts that this $40 device has saved me, plus a whole bunch of time and hassle and stress of like worrying about should I get a haircut this weekend or not. So it's a pretty amazing gadget to have in your life, and yet somehow there's men, just ordinary looking dudes like me who don't need to be fancy, are still going out to the salon every month or two and just because they're afraid to cut their own hair. So in this video, I took the initiative to make a fool of myself and cut my own hair in front of the camera so you can see how easy it is, and then you can take that confidence home and perhaps try it on yourself. Oh, and it totally works on beards too. Mustaches and beards. All this nonsense with like the fancy razors and the shaving cream and the nonsense making yourself look like boy even when you're man. You don't have to do that. You can just take normal hair combing, the Universal Men's Grooming Device, and just make yourself with a protective layer of like manly but tidy, respectable stubble, and just wipe that whole extra bit of spending and time out of your life as well. I'm kind of tired of this mustache for now, so. So easy. That's it. Who needs razors? Okay, it's late night, but it's a bit of an emergency because my hair is gone nuts and I need reasonable hair by tomorrow. So we're going to do a late night hair cutter, and you might as well learn how to do it while I do this. So all you need to do is find yourself one of these things on Amazon. Select the length of hair that you want. I'm going to start with the longest on mine, and then we just start going like this. The principle of men's hair cutting is just comb against the grain, and if you want your hair short like this, you keep it flat against your head, and the longer you want your head, you can lean it up like this and do this kind of deal. You'll see what I mean once we get going. Let's get rid of this mop. Woo! Going against the grain, as you can see. Take it nice and slow so the machine doesn't bind. And the key to not screwing it up is just go over and over the same spot so you're catching any loose pieces of hair. Well, already getting a little more respectable in the mirror. You can leave yourself a little bit extra at the front and the top if you need something in style. Alright, so if that's the main part done, you can grab your next shortest comb and shorten up the edges and the sides a little bit. And then we'll finish it off the very edges with the shortest one. Mostly the back. Alright, and then we do this. And we just saved ourselves like 2 hours of hanging out at the barber shop and maybe $20 of barbershop fees. And we're ready to take a shower and go out of the town. Now, of course, you're probably asking, how do I cut the back? So the ideal situation is that you have a friend or a partner or a child or anybody who can cut the back for you. But in the worst case, you can set up a system of 2 mirrors, like one in the front, one behind, and do some kind of backward stuff, and you will get through. In fact, that's what I did in this case. I can recreate the scene for you And the way I have this camera set up with like a little remote thing, it functions as 2 mirrors too. So basically it looks something like this. This is hard, everything's backwards. Look at that, you can easily get lines. I kind of already had a line before. I kind of already cut most of my hair off before this second part of the video was taken, but as you can see, it was more or less like a reasonable back of head, so I must not have done too bad of a job, and hopefully you'll have the same results.